Good morning, traders. Today we are going to talk about trend lines. Whether you are new to the markets or you've been trading the financial market for a while now, all of us love and use trend lines, but very few use trend lines the way they are intended to do, or they make many mistakes while using trend lines. And here are some few mistakes that traders do with trend lines. But first, we need to do a trend line crash course, like a crash course on trend line. So for the uninformed, a trend line is basically a line connecting any two swing points of the market. So if you connect this low with this low using a line, you've basically drawn a trend line. You can also extend that trend line to touch another low. That's also done. You can also extend this trend line to touch another low. So basically, what traders use trend lines to do is to show the trend. Yes, it's in the name. It's used to show the trend. So if you are using to connect lows, you're in an uptrend. But once you use trend lines to connect highs like this, you're in a downtrend. So as simple as this tool is, many traders make mistakes while using trend lines. So the first mistake that traders do when using trend lines is that they automatically assume and enter without any confirmation. So you'll be like, oh, the second time price came to touch here, there was a bounce. Third time there was a bounce. Even the fourth time here, that's this small place, there was a bounce. So the fifth time or sixth time, he is going to long without any bullish rejection or bullish wick. But see what happened. Price flashed down. Let's look for another example. Okay, here. So he draws a trend line like this. You'd be like first touch here, second touch here. Let me extend my trend line. There's a third touch here. So you see that, oh, because it happened in the past, it will happen again. So then he takes like his long position, enters here, puts a stop loss, enters here, puts a stop loss right under this low, and even extends his take profit all the way up there. And what happens? Price literally took him out. Then you come and say, oh, forex trading is hard, it's a scam and all of that. But he simply didn't wait for a rejection or a confirmation. He entered because maybe he wanted to catch that sniper entry here and take it all the way up there for that nice screenshot moment. But as traders, we need to wait for that rejection. See this nice rejection here, nice rejection here, nice rejection here. As traders, we need to wait for that rejection. Okay, so let's say there's a second trader. He's a good trader. He waits for his rejection, but what happens? He fails, and he also says that, oh, forex trading is hard, forex trading is a scam, I'm never going to trade again, stuff like that. He takes his entry here, take profits up there. Another mistake that brings me on to my second point, that they only use trend lines to trade, which is not done. You are supposed to combine trend lines with other confluences. So as we saw here, first touch here, second touch here. On the third touch, what happened? A bullish imbalance was formed here, which is another confluence of technical analysis. Or someone can even say a fib level was, the 50% fib level was even tapped. So just this trend line here, we've used fib and imbalance. That's stacking of three confluences. We must never enter based on the assumption or just using one confluence. It's not done. What do you also see here? As price bounce from the trend line, bullish imbalance, a bullish, it's quite small, my bullish imbalance was formed. And what happened? Price went all the way to the upside. Let me look for more examples of this. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, yes, another example is here. So we saw a first touch here, second touch here. What happened? A small bullish imbalance was formed here. We tapped into that imbalance and then we flashed all the way to we went all the way to the upside. So the second mistake, and this mistake I've even fallen victim to it, never enter based only on a trend line. Never enter only on a trend line. Combine it, stack it with something else. Even here, I think you can even stack it with the fib level. Yes, it falls with the 61.8 fib level. So you need to combine and stack it with other influences. And here's another example of if you didn't wait for a rejection, you'd have also gotten flashed out here. So 1, never enter without confirmation. 2, enter with another confluence. So the third thing that other beginners also make is that they mess up their chart with trend line. So you see one trend line here, draw like this, see one trend line here, draw like this. Oh. See one trend line here, draw like this. And frankly, this makes the chart look so messy. And apart from it looking so messy, you get this thing called analysis paralysis, where you don't know whether you should enter off here, you should enter off here, you should enter off. It becomes so much and so overwhelming. You don't even know what to do. That's why I recommend that you do what? You just stick to one trend line. One trend line. Just stick to one trend line. Comment that you just stick to one trend line, like this massive trend line here, or even this massive trend line here. Just stick to one trend line. This reduces the analysis paralysis that most traders get when they trade trend lines. Another mistake that they also make is trading trend lines on the lowest of time frames. And I mean the lowest of time frames. I've seen traders trading trend lines on the 1 minute chart, which can be done, but I don't recommend you to do it. For example, on the 1 minute chart, you see one touch here, 2 touch here, 3 touch here. But then what happens? It fails. You also come and see another one just how many minutes later? You come and see another one just a few minutes later. You draw a trend line, it fails. So in my advice, or in my opinion, I would say go to the higher time frames, like the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and draw your trend lines from there. As institutions might see it, other traders might see it and react off those levels. But once you buy or you sell based off 1 minute trend lines, it becomes quite noisy, because every few minutes you have a trade setup. It's a handful. It's a lot to take in. So in my opinion, trade trend lines on the higher time frames, like the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So let's recap. So basically, let's go back to the 1 hour time frame and recap. So basically, what have I been yapping about? My first advice to you is that enter with confirmation. Don't automatically assume that because price has been there before and price reacted off it before, it will happen. The first touch happened here, second touch happened here, third touch happened here. But what happened? The fourth touch, it crashed. So always wait for confirmation. My second advice to you is that when you even enter with confirmation, stack it with another confluence, which can be imbalances, Fibonacci, even a support area. You need to stack it with other confluences. And finally, you need to use the trend line on a higher time frame. So on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, you can be used on the 1 day chart. It all works because it's more high probability on those time frames. So this brings us to the end of the video. If you have any questions, or maybe I forgot to add anything, you can put it down in the comment section. I'll be ready and happy to reply to your comments. I might make a video on imbalances, as it's also another confluence to entering a trade. I might make a video on that. So you see, after this rejection, nice bullish imbalance here. So I might make another video on imbalances. If you want to see that, you can put that in the comment section. So I'll see you in the next video, and I'm out.